Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from. This is Wima Sports, and we are back. 2022 is coming in heavy, and we have lots of great things aligned for you guys. With us today, we have Triple J Triple Threat. These are Triple J Triple Threat. Just like in basketball, we have the Splash Brothers. That is Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and whoever the third person is. We have three people right here, and you guys are going to get to know much more about them, what they do, and it's all about exclusive interviews this year, talking to athletes, talking to upcoming athletes, and giving you guys the views of that which you want in different sports. So maybe if you introduce yourself.
Good morning, my name is Jesse. I am the eldest among the three brothers.
And
yes.
He's the shortest.
I'm the shortest, unfortunately. Yes.
Good morning, my name is Joshua. I'm the last one.
Good morning, my name is Joseph Okal, and I'm the second one.
Indeed. They forgot that our viewers are also international. Others will be viewing at night, others in the afternoon. So it is well.
Yes.
So maybe just to break the ice and just to get us going, what do you guys do out of sports?
Out of sports,
Like out of the being a triathlete, what do you do?
well, in school I'm meant to be joining Daystar University in May. Yeah.
I'm in Form 5 at Shri in Langata. Yes.
And I'm currently studying law at the University of Nairobi.
Watu wa UN lazima wasisitize.
Yes.
And the worst thing anasoma law. So lazima hiyo.
Yes, that yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe just tell us more about being how you guys started doing sports, just to take us into now being sports personalities, or sports personalities to come. What was the foundation like for sports for you guys growing up?
Foundation for us, considering now granddad used to run track.
Who's your granddad?
Our granddad is Kipchoge Keino, the legendary Kipchoge Keino. So that is mom's dad now. So it was in the family sort of. So at an early age we went to Aga Khan Nursery. I went to Aga Khan Nursery Kisumu, and we met a coach by the name of Coach Mark, where we picked up swimming. That was at around 4-5 years old. Then later on we moved from the swimming. Then we used to do cross country and all that. Yeah, so I believe foundation was more into swimming. Then now we did different things, skating between, our parents wanted to expose us to different things so that you can pick on what your strength would be. If Joshua was good at football, you would have maybe picked up on that, but we were more or less into the swimming, and now later on we moved into triathlon.
Anything that is left?
Well, all I remember is swimming. I don't know how we started. So I just remember my mom taking us for swimming training, and so after swimming, I remember we picked when I was when I was like 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, that was when I won my first trophy. Yeah, with Mr. John. He was the one who was coaching us. Yeah. So I think after that we saw we could be good swimmers. Yeah. Then swimming in Kenya went down kidogo. Yeah. Into high school. High school was a bit tough. Yeah. But then in 2016 is when we started triathlon. Yeah. So yeah. After that we went to triathlon.
Okay. So probably before you guys mentioned 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. At times we've been watching some reels in the social media where in the Western countries young kids are being introduced into sports a 3-year-old running on a treadmill, 1-year-old trying to do gymnastic pull-ups. Was it the same for you? Ili come to pap?
Well, I can remember actually my first instance here, now moving into the pool. We had gone for the training. Not actually the training. It was my first day, and in Aga nursery you had a swimming session. So we went to the pool, and once we got there, the coach was like, now line up, and what you do is you'd come and throw it in. So if you realize you were drowning, he'd come and help you, but most of the time you'd figure out somehow a way of floating. So we just picked it up like that. And also I think he noticed there was something, and I believe he went later on talked to mom about it. So then that's how we picked it up. So it wasn't as much of pressure from our parents, but we picked it up sort of like that.
Yeah, but I think I remember when we were being pushed is with Mr. John again. We used to wake up early in the morning, maybe at like at this time I think we were probably 7 years old. So we used to wake up, go to school, do some groundwork, some strength and conditioning. Used to run laps in the field, then come do some what do they call it?
Kicks.
No, step ups on the stairs. You step down, step up. Run on top of the stairs. So it was a lot of S&C. So it was that time, you're 7 and you're being pushed. It was fun actually, because you were in a fun group, and then you eat breakfast over there by the poolside. Then then school starts at 8. 8 to 4 again, school. Go back home, do your homework the next day. So Monday to Friday training like that when you're 7 it was fun. It was fun.
So Joshua,
Yes.
coming in as the last one. These guys are 6, 7. Were you feeling any time? Were you feeling any pressure at that time, or you were seeing what they were doing and you really wanted to do it also?
Yes, I didn't feel any pressure. I was actually inspired by what they're doing. Yes, I wanted to be on the same level with them. Yes.
So he ended up being the best swimmer, right?
At some point, well, it was more or less, as when we were younger, it was more on me, then Joseph picked it up. So then a bit Joshua came and overtook me, but then now we're almost just there.
So everyone has their own stroke. Joshua's breaststroke is good. Just used to be freestyle
and the backstroke. For Joseph, it's
Yes,
fly.
Okay.
And backstroke.
If I remember my swimming memories in primary, we were being trained to swim.
Yes.
Then you graduate from shallow end into deep end. My first day in deep end, nilikunywa maji.
Yes.
Nilikunywa maji because I used to see people diving. So that I tried diving, and since then to date I have a phobia diving. Maybe I'll try fighting.
He even used to have a hard time, I remember. He never wanted to dive, he used to just jump. So we had to, it took some time, but he finally started.
What did you do? I need to take some notes.
It's just
facing your fear, and just after that, once you've just faced it, it's people have phobia of water. You're like, this is something I drink, nini. So somebody's like, nianze hapa kufloat, nini. So once you just face that fear, you pick it up, then once you just get into that habit, it becomes okay.
This is something you drink, but now it's drinking you.
Yes, that's what people have heard people say that. I can remember there's a time we went to Nyanza Club, and we were just going for an afternoon swim with my cousins, and I think that time we were about 7, 8. Since there's about a 2-year difference, so Joseph was like around maybe 6. So this lady saw us jumping into the deep end. She was a house help, and she had brought some kids. And once she saw us jumping, she was like, hey, how can these kids be doing this? I can also try this. She went in and drowned. So my older cousin, who at least knew a bit of swimming, had to go and rescue her. So having that experience, it's not, you just don't also sometimes just go in like that. You need to ask yourself how these people are doing this.
So you guys are doing all this at an early age of 7, 8, 6. Did it make you like mature so fast, or did you want to play the games that your age mates were playing at that particular age?
The funny thing is, we used to play, I think, all sports. I think in our school we played football, basketball, hockey, cricket, badminton, table tennis. So we're not missing out. In fact, now we had more endurance when it came to football, or running.
All those, we played all those games. All those games, we played them. It's now that we had our time for training. Then now we had time for playing. We weren't restricted. I see some parents usually doing this thing of where, because you're nini, you can't play with people. So for us, at least, we had our time for training. Then we had time where we could do this, because we played football, we played basketball, we played table tennis. All those sports we did them.
So, and also there was academics in it. So how are you guys able to, at that age, be able to balance all that? If there's a viewer who's watching and would like to take some tips to apply to either their children or their children are watching, what can you tell them?
It's never too early, and it's also never too late to start.
But with the academics, what I can say is you just have to balance out. What we do is you have a timetable. So you can say, let's say I have classes like this, so you have we are into triathlon right now, so you have the swimming, you have the cycling, you have the running. So you look at it in terms of how much time in a week do I need to do swimming, how much time in a week do I need to do running, how much time do I need to do cycling. So you need to create a timetable. Once you plan your things, then it becomes easier. You can include the academics. I've seen some people are focus and end up focusing too much on either sports and leave the academics, and then you leave. So you see, for us at least, we were balancing out. Joseph is doing law right now. Joshua is in Form 5. I'm joining Daystar. So found a way of balancing it.
So just to wrap up on the swimming before you guys transitioned into triathlete, being triathletes, maybe what are the highest levels of competition that you guys have competed in, and some of the highlights awards or highlight timings that you achieved that you never thought you'd achieve as a swimmer, probably, or any sports that you want us now that you guys are multi-talented.
I think for me, being able to go for the Africa Triathlon Championships last year, and for swimming, I think I have gotten to the national level, the high school games. That's my highest level for the swimming. So I think those are the places where I never thought I would get to, especially the exposure I got last year.
Yes, for me, the Africa Triathlon last year in Zimbabwe and the East Africa Games in Tanzania.
East Africa is high school now?
Yes, high school games, yes.
In 2016 or 2017, I went to Uganda for East African Games. In 2017, East African Games again in Rwanda. No, I think that was 2018 in Rwanda. And 2019 was in Tanzania with Joshua. And then that's for swimming. And then for triathlon is I went to Egypt last year and Zimbabwe. And then triathlon zone 2 and 4, which was in Kenya, was second. Those were the major events.
You're forgetting to mention Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. I tore my hamstring, but I was fit.
How strong is it now?
I'm still not running as fast as I used to. I'm running at a pace of 7 minutes, which is slow.
7 minutes per
kilometer.
What?
I used to, no, that's slow.
That's slow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
slow.
I used to, my
You should do how many
5K is late 18.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
if you
means 340, 340.
351 there,
Yeah.
350
Yeah.
or 348. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But Eliud does 252 for 42 kilometers, 255.
Yeah.
So
For 42 kilometers.
Yes.
I'm just doing it for 5 kilometers.
What? So it should be faster. Yes. So, but we're working on
Yeah,
that.
but I think for me, every time I try running I've always gotten injuries. This guy is the guy who he can run even 100 kilometers and he would
He's a
get an
natural
injury.
runner.
He's a natural runner.
Comes in natural.
Yeah.
We are waiting for you to take up Eliud's
Yeah.
shoes. You never know.
I can improve in the triathlon since we don't have Kenyans who have been hard in triathlon. I can put my endurance there.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Guys, these are the triple threat, and there are too much T's in this session because we are talking about triathlon and they are triathletes. Oh my God. So just to now kick us off into now being triathletes, how did it start? Where did you guys? How did that thought come into your mind? From swimming and all that.
Yeah, I think it's from two instances because we were training in Kisumu and we met a guy by the name of Kevin Owl, and Kevin Owl mentioned to us that there's this event.
Probably before you get to
Yes.
Kevin, sorry.
Yes.
Are you guys still in contact with your swimming coach?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
we're in contact with Mr. John, who teaches up. Right now we are moving.
How old is Jonah?
Yeah, John is quite old. Yeah, maybe
late 40s.
Yeah, 40s or something.
Yeah, he's really happy for you.
Yes.
for you guys,
We cycle with him once in a while now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He now moved into also cycling a bit, so we cycle with him once in a
You
while.
guys now inspired him into
Yes.
the way you inspired me to start
Cycling. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. So
Yeah. So Kevin Owl mentioned to us that there's this event in Kericho where you go for the event. Since you guys know how to swim, and that time I think he knew we were running because we used to do cross country, and in the morning sometimes before our swim, or if you're not doing our swim, you go for a 5K run or 4K run or something like that. So he was like, since you guys do this, why don't you incorporate the three things and do now the triathlon now? So we went for that event, but I think
Which year?
That was in 2016. Yeah, in 2016. And I think before that we had gone for a training at Brabant. Joseph was friends with some guy by the name of Jono. Jono is more or less Joseph's closest friend. So they were with him in Kisumu's junior, then into senior, then he moved to Brabant. So when he moved to Brabant at Gitangaro, they used to have a 2 months training or a 1 month training during the summer holiday. So there was this guy called Mike. So Mike, I think, noticed it. So he was like, hey, why don't you guys come for this thing? So I think we had gone for the Kericho, then now we had gone then we went into the training. So after the training, Mike told me, since I think I'd finished my O-levels at that time, so he was like, why don't you come and stay with me for about a month or two? So I went, stayed with him, and that's, I guess, how we picked it up. Diani was coming towards the end of the year, and that's how now we moved into triathlon. That time swimming had a lot of its politics because there was a lot of, you pay to go for competitions, which was a bit too for us.
okay.
Yes.
Probably viewers who don't understand what triathlon is, if maybe Joseph or Joshua, you can explain what is triathlon.
Triathlon is you swim. Okay, the sprint distance you swim for 750 meters. You leave the ocean or any water body. You go and pick your bicycle. You cycle for 20 kilometers. You come and leave your bicycle at the transition area. Then you go and run for 5 kilometers.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's it involves three sports in one.
Yes.
Do you think that Kenya Navy people can be good triathletes?
Yeah, they can. If they, yeah, I'm sure they can. If they can cycle,
Yes.
they can. They
Yes.
could.
Just the swimming area.
Swimming is usually tough. We have people who get into triathlon at a later age, and you find most of the time they're good in the cycling and in the running. So they have to end up having to incorporate the swimming. So swimming is something that you either need to have had the skill before of basic skills, not like you're picking it up. You can do it still, pick it up and move, because I've seen even people abroad who end up picking it up later and still doing it well. So you need to put in extra work into the swimming. But yeah, I believe if we have people who are doing 42k marathons, why not move into triathlon, since it's an endurance sport? Yeah.
Well, Kenya Navy, we're expecting you to join triathlon very soon and give these people a run for their money.
Karibu. Karibu.
Yeah. So you were explaining something on how you guys got into triathlon. So how many competitions have you guys gone so far in regards to triathlon?
2016 we did about 2, Kericho and no, we did 3. Kericho, we did Kilifi Gold, and we did we didn't do Kilifi in 2016. Kericho and Diani, which was under some group called Team Triathlete. In 2018 we did Kasarani. 2017 Kasarani, I did Kasarani, they didn't do it. Kasarani, Kericho and Kilifi, then we did now Diani. So that's about so far 7. Then in 2019 I didn't do Diani. 2018 I didn't do Diani.
Yeah.
They did do.
We did Diani.
Yeah.
That's why we won. That's when I won.
Oh yeah, we did Diani, and he was first, I was third. Kericho, we did that year. Kericho was pulled out. Kasarani was there. Yeah, so I think maybe about 20 events or so since we started triathlon. Two being international, the others being local. Yes.
Okay. So is there a federation in Kenya?
Yeah.
Maybe if you can talk a little bit about it for someone who would like to join.
Yeah.
Maybe also you explain more on how does one get to start participating in these events, and how can they join to be a triathlete?
There's a federation. It actually just picked up when we got a new president. Yeah, so you can join by there's a calendar. So we can send you the calendar. You can follow it. Yeah, share it. And then you just register. There's no limits. There's no, even if it's your first time. Yeah, we've had guys take about 4-5 hours in a triathlon, and it's okay. As long as you finish. Yeah.
Keeps you fit.
So registration fees?
It depends on where the location, and but then 1,500
for the events. The events
2,000, 1,500. Yeah,
3,000 sometimes.
Or even sometimes 3,000.
Yeah. For the like, for example, the zone 3 and zone 4 usually are around 7,000, 5,000. But that's because it's now under what they call International Triathlon Federation. There's International Triathlon Federation, the ITU. So they're the ones who are the overall body. Now with them we have Kenya Triathlon Federation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can register as a triathlete under the Kenya Federation first, and now you get, so you can more or less earn points for qualifications, things like that.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's the individual points that qualify you.
Yes.
To the next level.
Yes.
If I'm right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to go for these events to accumulate points.
Yes. So there are certain events that give points. There are certain events that also don't give points. More or less, they're just for participation. You can use them to test yourself. Let's say you've been training 3 months. There's this event in Mombasa, like more or less what I did in December. It wasn't an event where you earn points, so you more or less you're testing yourself. If you've been training a month, 2 months, you have to see where you are, your weakness and things like that.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're talking about points. Maybe Joseph, how did you get to qualify now for the coming Commonwealth Games?
No, I've not yet qualified.
You haven't?
Yeah,
I'm jumping the gun.
Yes. He's speaking in faith.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah, for the Commonwealth there's qualifiers now on the 13th of March in Waterfront Karen. So yeah, I think the top, I'm not too sure how many there, but then the top maybe 3 or 2 boys and
2 males and 2 females.
Yeah, that's what we think it might be. Because a team is usually allocated maybe four guys because of the relays. So it's a mixed relay, so two males and 2 females. Yeah, I think those are the amount of guys who will go for the Commonwealth Games. So yeah, I think those is just selection by your country. Yeah, I'm not too sure if points play too much of a role there, but then points play a role when it comes to Olympics, because guys are already getting points for Olympics right now. Yeah, so guys start getting points for Olympics as soon as Olympics is over. Yeah, so for points, maybe Kenya hosts maybe 2 events a year which you can get points, because you also have to travel around. If you see the life of a triathlete, you just travel, you go compete, get points. Yeah, because this most of the races here can be local races, you know. Yeah, but I think there's Ghana zone 2 and 4 twice in Kenya. Yeah, there's one that's going to be on I think first of May.
Yeah, there's zone it's zone 2 and 4.
Yeah,
zone 2 and 4 in Diani, which is going to, I believe, be a points event. Even the event on the 13th, I think, is also going to be for points. Yeah, but it's mostly, that one is mostly going to be mostly for the Commonwealth Games.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we were talking with Joseph, and he mentioned the 2 brothers who have won Olympic back-to-back.
Yes.
The Brownlee brothers.
The Brownlee brothers.
How are you? Does that motivate you to qualify?
Yeah.
So that you go face them.
Yeah, those guys are really fast. Yeah. They actually come to train in Kenya once in a while.
But people never usually know. We just usually hear from somebody that the Brownlee brothers were here
in Kenya.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I believe it's good because it motivates you to see that there's a way you can work together, especially now that we're the 3 of us. It's 3 sports, so you can find maybe Joseph is good in the swimming, so Joseph can push you in the swimming. Let's say Joshua is good in the running, he pushes in the running. I'm good in the biking, so we work together. Like for example, in the race, we've seen races where people actually work together in 3s or in 4s to put down somebody else. Yeah. Because even the day even Joseph won the 2019 event, 2018 in Diani. Yeah, we were working together. Yeah, so
nice.
It's you can't. I'd say you can't win a triathlon if you're working on your.
Yes, it can be tough.
Yeah, it's you're going to be exhausted by the time you're running, because when it comes to cycling, you have to draft.
There's the drafting, you know.
So unless it's a draft, if drafting is illegal in that race, then you have to work hard on your own. And those are TT races where you have
what's drafting?
Drafting is following each other on a bike, like in a peloton. So this guy is over here, I'm behind, and then there's another guy behind me. So you're reducing the wind resistance.
Wind resistance, yes.
So you take turns. So this guy can be here for a kilometer, then you switch. So you will not get tired as much, because when you're on your own, unachapa people like continuous. So when you're here, you're saving some energy. It's how much percent? There's a percentage, but it's very. You'll feel it. Yeah. So even if you leave some space, like just a slight space, 1 meter space, you'll feel the upepo. Like when Formula 1 drivers are overtaking, it's called a slipstream. So he'll follow you. Then once he gets some momentum because of less air resistance, goes. So that's drafting, following someone from behind.
Joshua, you mentioned some. In some instances it's illegal. So what classifies it to be legal and illegal in different instances, or tournaments maybe?
It just depends on the rules of that
specific tournament.
The event. Yes.
So there are TT bikes. So if the guys who have TT bikes,
they can't draft. Yes.
They can draft.
Yeah, they're normal. Like you see, for example, the road bikes that Joseph was showing you on the video. So they have the different handlebars. So like now on a normal road bike, the bars are more or less like this. So you're either at this position or on the bars down here. So now on a TT bike, it's more or less trying to reduce air resistance.
Yeah.
So you have bars that are more or less like this.
Yes.
So you
So
most
you're
of the time
streamlined,
you're
yeah?
streamlined like this. So at this position, most of the time you can really see the front as much. So what happens is, if you have bikes that are like that and they're following each other, if the person brakes, then so that's why when it's a race where those bikes are allowed, it ends up becoming draft illegal.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
if you
So it's more or less a safety.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
because-
safety, yes,
Yeah, because the time you'll take from the bus.
yes, to reach to the
To
brakes.
reach
The
to the
brakes are more or
brakes.
less sometimes at this
Yeah,
point.
unfortunately on Saturday we had an accident in the bypass. We were following each other like that on a peloton. The guy in front of me, he slowed down, and then I slowed down. I was because my hands were like this. Then the guy behind me also, he was also what is it called, alert. He was also alert, so he stopped. The guy who was following him, I think he was not alert.
Not a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so he get this guy, and then the lady behind also he get this guy, and yeah, so they went down. So, and it's very dangerous when you're following each other, especially at a very fast speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys get
It can be
hurt.
bad because even about a week ago there was this guy called Egan Ban, and he cycles for Ineos. It's a cycling team that is that races in the Tour de France. He was in the TT position, and I think he comes from Colombia, one of those countries, and I think he was in the TT position, and a truck or something braked in front of him, and he went in, and he was so close to becoming to getting paralyzed because of that accident. So it can be dangerous.
Crazy. So there are safety measures. So probably someone who is watching and would like to know some of the safety measures, the primary safety gears that an athlete should have, a triathlete or just someone, guys in Nairobi love cycling, or anyone who loves cycling. What are some of these, just the primary main gears that one should have?
Reflector, you cannot buy a reflector, so you're visible. Helmet is a must. In fact, in triathlon, before any event, safety is the first thing they check. Yeah, you have to make sure also your bike is serviced, in case you might go for a ride and if the brakes are not working. Yes.
So yeah, and it's not just any helmet. You have to get a good helmet.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you see that lady who crashed on Saturday. Her helmet is what helped her.
Yeah.
So if it's a fake helmet, you
How
can
is she?
just-
How is she doing? I
she's
saw.
she's
okay.
Yeah, she's okay. She's doing well.
What's her name?
Josette.
She's
Yeah?
a Josette.
Josette.
Oh,
Yeah,
Josette.
she's the fastest in triathlon.
Is
Is
female triathlete.
female triathlete in Kenya.
Oh,
Yes.
Quick recovery to Josette. We're wishing you quick recovery from Wima Sports and from your friends here, fellow triathlon athletes or triathletes.
Triathletes. Yes. It's okay. Yeah.
Triathletes. Too
Yes.
many T's today,
Yes,
I tell
yes,
you.
yes.
So just maybe to wrap it up, these are not just triathletes, as you've heard on how much they've grown in sports, from being swimmers to triathletes, and now combining all the different strengths they had to be triathletes. They're also businessmen. So probably if you can tell us what you do, you guys are all over the place, winning all over the place. Yeah. So maybe tell us about sports and business, and how athletes also should get to balance the two, because it reaches a point you can no longer cycle.
Yes.
It reaches a point you can no longer swim, or God forbid the injury comes up. So there's education you already talked about. Now tell us about business.
Yeah. So I think we picked it up in high school or something like that, primary. So we were like, we could get this opportunity, partly sports, partly being in school with the Asians. We're like, we can make some little money here. By triathlon is an expensive sport, or just generally, even sometimes even just doing sports can be expensive, because there's dieting, there's watches, there's shoes, equipment generally. So more or less we thought now maybe what's a way we can earn some money. So we do various things, selling electronics here, sometimes bikes. I'm going to maybe connected Jermaine to his bike, getting his bike. I made some little money there. So we do one thing here and there to get something small to also sustain us. Sometimes once you reach a certain age, you cannot always depend on also your parents. So you need to have something. You can't, like, let's say you want to go out on a date or even lunch or something like that. You need some, maybe 1,000, 2,000. You can't ask mom sometimes. So you try and have some money for yourself.
So as Jesse said, triathlon is a very expensive sport. I think we got into business when we discovered an online site which I will not mention.
Yes.
It's our source of bread.
Yes.
So I just took mom's card. I just asked her, hey, can you help me? I see if we can import some certain it was costumes. If we can import costumes, and if it's racing costumes are usually like 30k to 40k in Kenya.
Yes, the swimming suits.
Oh, swimming suits.
Yeah, swimming suits.
Yes.
So I got them at a very good price, and I bought two. They came. They took about 2 weeks. Yeah, my dad came back home with it one day from the post office, and we're like, hey, kumbe they can arrive. So we sold those to a friend of mine, got some profit. That's how we just started. So right now someone tells you even you can sometimes import stuff. Jesse helped import a bike.
So if you're looking to import things from the US, UK, Canada, China, talk to us. We can get you a good rate.
So how can they get to you?
Well, we are on social media. My name is on social media. I'm Jesse Okal. My numbers, that's on Instagram. My Instagram is Jesse Okal. I believe my Facebook is Jesse Okal. My WhatsApp number is 0775390133. My M-Pesa number, you can surprise me with some lunch, is 0759168616. Joshua?
My Instagram is a little bit complicated, but if you contact JC, he can refer you to
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but Joshua is the guru in business. I can remember he was telling us the story of when he started business. I didn't even know this story. What class were you when he was selling the juice?
Class 5 and 6.
Yeah,
I used to buy the small packets of juice. I used to buy them for 15 shillings. I go and sell them in school for 20 shillings.
So the Asians who used to do these juices that had U-Fresh, they were called U-Fresh. If anybody ever remember them. So Joshua we had our shop. So when mom would go to the wholesale, Joshua would tell him, I have this 200 bob, bring me a box. So Joshua would put them in the freezer, and when he would go to school, he would sell them. So it's something that started at an early age.
Business guru.
Yes, Joshua is a business guru.
Is that not even this watch is his? Mine is coming, but this one is his. So he picked up.
Okay. You running a sport a phone something.
We have
talk about it.
A friend of mine and I have an account on Instagram. It's called Apple Baskets. You can follow us. So we just don't sell Apple also. So we sell electronics, laptops, everything. But business is because I'm usually in school and sports. Mainly I'd refer you to Jesse and this guy, or my friend Chad Mother is also a triathlete. We just do business. Because even if I show you my budget for the year for triathlon,
It's going to be expensive.
it's slightly higher than $500,000.
Maybe even more. Because going for events,
slightly higher. That's for equipment.
Equipment.
That's because bicycle. I want to upgrade. A bicycle is 300k. Just that's for a second-hand bicycle. 300k. Shoes. Maybe I'll buy 2 shoes for the year. Good shoe can be like 18k. So 18 times 2. How much is that? So and then swimming, this triathlon, cycling jerseys and stuff are quite costly. And then cycling shoes, second hand at 3k, brand new 8k. So it's expensive. My watch, the one that's coming, is about 50k. You see, it's a very expensive sport. And then if you have to buy a heart rate monitor, because you have to. The key about triathlon, the key about any sport that no one ever knows is you maximize on the little things. You maximize on your nutrition. You maximize on your. You see, like if you see training on YouTube, yeah, they talk about zones.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. So like if you have a program today, it can be zone 1, zone 2. Tomorrow you will finish and you will go to zone. Maybe it's a zone 5 cycle or zone 5 run. Yeah, so you need a heart rate monitor to monitor those things closely. Yeah, so it's very expensive. Heart rate monitor is like maybe for triathlon it's $112 or $20. Yeah, and then a Garmin computer, the cheapest Garmin computer is maybe 23k. But yeah, and then they range until 60k Garmin computers for cycling.
Okay.
Yeah, so triathlon is a very expensive sport. And then if we talk about expenses for traveling, like we go to Mombasa maybe 3 times or 4 times in a year. So you have to send your bike to Mombasa. That's Fargo charges. That's and then yeah. So it's a very good sport. But then you can always find a way of doing it cheaper. It's I'm not discouraging anyone from starting it. It's a very fun sport. Once you do it once, you just want to do it.
Yeah,
again.
you know, you're looking forward to the next event.
To the next event.
Because you know, it's also the good thing about it being.
Are you guys looking for? If corporates come and support you guys, are you guys looking forward to?
We wouldn't mind that. You know, you can get somebody. We actually
you can speak to a corporate.
If you're listening,
watching.
if you're watching us and you can support us in one way or another, you're welcome. I gave you my contact, so you can talk to me. Then later on, we can work out something. Because I think even towards last year, people were encouraging us to do videos, to build a social media or a media presence, such that you know most of the time you get corporates who are looking to what numbers are you bringing to them.
Yeah.
So Mom even said that we should maybe print tri suits, and let's say you get a brand like, let's say, Wima Sports. Wima Sports comes in and says maybe we are going to be offering, if you're going for an event in Mombasa, we are paying for your return ticket to Mombasa. So if you can even pay as little as the ticket to our events, we would really appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah, so corporates, you had these are triathletes, and some of them are looking to qualify for the Commonwealth. And Commonwealth, imagine logo yako ikiwa pale tu, your logo is on his thigh, and the camera is zooming at the logo, and how much can that do to your company, and many much more ways in which they can get to advertise and put your company to the platform. So get into contact with us and get into contact with them. We'll put their contacts down there, streaming down there, and for you guys to be able to get to them. So just as we wrap it up, so probably what can you tell a young person out there who's a sports person? Things are tough currently in the economy. What can you speak to them on how you guys endure through all this, prepare for Commonwealth Games, prepare for major competitions, and you still make it amidst all these challenges and noise that is happening all around? Each and everyone.
Okay. Actually, there is a friend of mine I met in December. He studies in Georgia, and he said he wants to start doing triathlon. He just bought a road bike, and then so I told him he can do it for an affordable price. Yeah, so we started even with our first triathlon. We had bikes which were like how they were heavy,
about 15 kilos,
15-20 kilos plus. Yeah. So if you look at where we started, right now my bike I can say is about 8.2 kgs. Joseph's is about 6.6. Yeah. So you upgrade slowly. You know, you can never always start at the top, and we are not yet even at the top yet, because there are guys with bikes worth even $1 million, $500,000, 1.5.
By the bike ni mguu yako.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's what there's somebody with a heavier bike than me, but still can push more watts than I can.
Because of leg strength.
Yes, leg strength. So you see, at the end of the day, it's not what equipment you have. You can start from where you are, get a simple bike, do your bike workouts, 20 kilometers slowly by slowly, moving to 30, 40 trail. You can do your runs, running, just a pair of shoes, something that at least can support you. Not just, sometimes people just go and sometimes also just maybe pick. You can get, there's Gikomba here, sometimes even I pass through Gikomba, buy a pair of shoes at 1500 and you can use it for training. So you can start from there. Then now swimming, get somewhere where you can train, do a few laps, and slowly you get people, they teach you more, you get more information as you go on.
Yes, you can also be doing land workouts. Strength and conditioning is a very important part in triathlon. Yes.
Or any sport.
Yes. So, yes, as they mentioned, also running, you can just run, you can get a pair of shoes, run every day, about 5 kilometers. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. People, it's all in sports, it's all about being commitment. Commitment will open you the door. Consistency will get you where you want to go. So that's all we do at Wima Sports. Encourage you not to give up, pursue your dreams. They started at a young age and they're growing and they keep growing, and Joseph here is just about to go and compete with people he never thought he'd compete with.
Yeah, even Jesse is going to also be at the trials.
Yes, we are all going to be the trials. We're all going to be the trials.
Awesome.
So hopefully this year there are some international events. So most likely,
I'm praying that you guys get to go, all of you.
I believe Jermaine will come and watch us, and you guys might get a view of what we will have done for that event.
Waterfront current.
You're welcome. It's on 13th. I think the race starts at 7 a.m. 13th of March. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is March.
Yes. There's also the Youth All Africa Games in Egypt. That's what I'll be aiming in the trials.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Awesome. So you guys cycled recently for Worthy course. Maybe if you tell us about what was the reason you guys were cycling and what was it for?
We had a 3-day cycle in December. We went the first day was from Nairobi to Nakuru, which is about 171 kilometers. And then the second day we went to Eldoret, which was about 148 kilometers. Yeah, and then the easiest was Eldoret to Kitale, which was about 60 something kilometers. I didn't get to go to Kitale. But then I reached Eldoret because I had to go to Kibabi University for the university games. Yes, but I pushed them a bit, and then we were trying to raise funds for an arthritis center. So in Kitale, in a constituency in Kitale.
So how much did you guys manage to raise in approx?
What, 300,000?
300,000?
Yes, if I'm not wrong.
How much are you guys looking to raise?
I'm not too sure about the figures, but it's in the millions.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not government sponsored or anything. It's we're trying to build it as a private clinic, so that it's managed privately, because sometimes the government is not as efficient. Yeah. So
why an arthritis center?
Okay, so my friend, his name is Tabuka. So yeah, his I think it was his grandma who had issues with arthritis. So yeah, so they just saw a gap in the market in that specific constituency. So I think they're just trying to make life easier for the residents. Yeah,
you should shout out to Tabuka.
Tabuka
Bifoli. Yeah. So I think he thought he maybe saw that there was a gap, and then also that there were people from home who are facing that problem. So he thought maybe why don't bring it closer to home, because I believe they used to maybe travel out of Kitale to get certain services. So he thought of the arthritis center at home.
So if you're looking to support this course to build this arthritis center at Kitale, also get into contact with us so that we can link you up with Joseph or Jesse or Joshua, so that they can connect you to Wafula
Tabuka
Tabuka Bifoli.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hizi majina
Yes.
Yeah, so that we link you up, and it's all for worthy cause, bringing health services into the counties, so that all these distances that people cover to get health services cannot be in the picture anymore. So get into contact with us. Let's do this. Let's support them through this, so that we build this athletic center. Awesome. Yeah. So we are at Osoita Lodge. Our partners and hosts here at Wima Sports, and this is a great place where guests become family. Feel free to always come and check their socials at Osoita Lodge Official in Instagram. Find us also in our Instagram at Wima Sports, Wima_sports, Facebook Wima Sports, and also YouTube Wima Sports. And we are looking forward to have you next time. As always, subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a comment, and let us know on more that you want us to talk about, and also discuss about, ask questions. If you have personal questions, you can ask them there, and we shall direct them to the individuals, to the triathletes individually, or if you want all of them to handle it, they will be able to handle it as a group. So definitely we are looking forward to seeing you on the 13th of March as they prepare, and other also triathletes prepare to qualify for the various competitions that are coming, global competitions and regional competitions. So until next time, it's your host, Wima Sports. Thank you.